he said he calls him Diarrhea Dwayne and says everything that comes out of his mouth is like runny baby poop. And he says that we'll get back to that in a second. He reveals that he is 100% medically cleared. So he will be at SmackDown this week to join Cody to confront the Bloodline because The Rock will be there. And I assume Roman will be too. So that's exciting. The thing that is, I guess I want to hear your take on this because there were some wild reactions to the Diarrhea Dwayne comment. And I think the reason for his comment is going over people's heads. I don't think that people really realized why he was saying it.
Was it because it's like a cheesy thing and that's what The Rock's...
That's what The Rock does.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Because then
all right.
Circle
gets the square.
Yeah, there were way too many people that were then comparing it to Suffering Succotash.
Oh, I've seen that. That's all I've seen all day. That's all I've seen all day. And I'm like,
no, the problem is Roman was being dead ass serious with Suffering Succotash.
That was his best weapon in the arsenal.
Yeah, that was something he had been like holding on to all day. Like he was like, "Yep, I'm gonna get him with this one."
Pull it out.
This was Seth trying to be like mimic how The Rock does promos. Like y'all are applauding the man for calling people who are Cody fans Cody crybabies. Please explain to me how that is like miles better than Diarrhea Dwayne.
That's the parallel.
Like, yes. So that's what I mean.
It's in front of us, guys. It's in front of us.
It's exactly what The Rock does. He comes up with these nicknames for people and they're always silly. Hello, guys. He was just on SmackDown calling people meth heads and crack addicts.
When Cody said, to sum it up, pretty much called you guys meth heads. The second time I heard, like the first time I heard it, I went, yeah, he did. But then when I heard it today, rewatching it, I'm like, oh, that like, it seems so like it hits a little like, ooh, like that's not.
It's a little, you know what I mean? It's a little risque, I think, for today.
But it's late 90s Attitude Era type of vibe where like, you got to be a little bit more creative with your wordplay.
Well, but see that I think that's why when I said earlier that I wasn't like super entertained by The Rock anymore, I think it's just because it's not a knock on him because I was a huge fan of The Rock. The guy was my first crush as a little wrestling fan. I think it's just like
hero.
And this is the thing, you love it or you don't, right? Because we're in a new era. This kind of stuff is not the way that people cut promos anymore. And so it's not like what he's doing is necessarily bad. It's just like, that's not the era we're in anymore, but that's his mindset because that was the era he was a part of. And so if he's going to come back and he's going to be The Rock, then he's going to be The Rock. So it's like, he's going to go full into that mode. And so it's like I can't hate on him for that. It's just for me, like my preference is like I'm not super into it, but obviously people eat it up, and that's why I feel like it's ironic that then those people who love what The Rock is doing and saying were then trying to put down Seth and saying it was like one of the worst things he's ever said in his career. And I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?